Oh, this actually seems like a good one, dude. This seems like a gem hidden in the video suggestions chat. 7 one-hit bosses who went out like a punk. We were talking about having also the experience sometimes, like when I play video games. Sorry, I started a messaging conversation. Dudes, please. I love when you guys come down to visit me in Vegas, but I need more than a couple days notice. I need weeks in advance, bros. Weeks in advance, dude. I work nights, okay, which means I'm asleep during the day. That's when I get a lot of the work done, so I make sure the videos are done by the time I wake up, right? And my family wants to hang out with me during the day if possible. You know, my niece and my nephew are not up late. So my afternoons sometimes have really awkward scheduling. I cannot just drop things to come see you. I get it. And I'm not gonna go out back to back to back. If me and my friends local have something planned, I'm not gonna cancel with them. I have a lot of different friend groups here. I don't get to see that often. Do not just pop in. I love you guys a lot, but do not just pop in. So here we go. 7 one-hit bosses that went out like a punk. So we were talking about bosses that we played against, some of our favorite bosses. And my favorite thing in games are mini bosses. So let's see the 7 bosses they have that just went down super easy.
You better stay outside. Ashley, go hide.
Yeah.
Anyone who's played a lot of video games will have a sixth sense for when a super tough boss fight is about to kick off. Perhaps the music gets suddenly extremely moody, there's a lot of health and ammo lying around, or you enter a large room that's weirdly bereft of furniture.
Yep, here we go.
Sometimes games play with our expectations of what a boss fight should be, serving up a confrontation with a villain that seems like it's going to be epic, but that amazingly ends with just one punch being thrown. Here are the weak sauce bosses that couldn't even handle one hit. Come on.
Weak sauce.
Mysterio?
Now I've seen everything.
I actually made it to the Mysterio fight in the Spider-Man game. This is before I was good at video games. Oh my god, oh
Spider-Man
god!
villain Mysterio is a master of illusion, whose tricks include somehow seeing out of a golden fishbowl that obscures his head and producing spooky theremin music from somewhere at all times. Spooky! But these parlor tricks are nothing compared to the genuinely alarming traps that Mysterio sets for everyone's favourite webhead in Spider-Man 2. Gaze in horror, for instance, as he fills this theatre with deadly flames and laser-firing drones. And that's before he has an armada of UFO ships take control of the Statue of Liberty, which you have to admit is the kind of Manhattan-bothering supervillain scheme that would have even Thanos raising an eyebrow in approval. And by the time Spidey is trapped inside a demonic carnival of Mysterio's own design, you're probably starting to take him seriously as a threat, seeing as he appears to have mastered gravity itself and is somehow generating funhouse mirror versions of our hero, whose slightly wrong dimensions look like my rubbish teenage Spider-Man fan arts come horribly to life.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
As such, when you finally come face to face with Mysterio, you might rightfully expect a reality-bending boss fight for the ages, especially when you see his health bars fill up.
I will destroy you utterly. You will bear witness to the majesty and glory of my power.
And then, well, this
The
happens.
glory. God damn!
Whoa, that was sick, dude.
He really
Rocked
just...
so hard, Spidey.
What?
Oh.
Yikes. We probably should
Yeah,
have
I just
guessed
got
Mysterio
lazy.
wasn't really a planet-destroying monster, considering we caught him holding up a convenience store. That's our bad.
Damn! All this power and that's what you do with it? Fam, that is a struggle-looking game right there. Who even played
As the classy
this?
face of state-sanctioned murder, super spy James Bond knows a thing or two about travelling the world,
Go through
taking
me
down
first.
its toughest bad guys. And this holds true in James Bond 007, a top-down Bond adventure for the Game Boy. Early in the game, Bond is dispatched to Kurdistan to track down 008, who's mysteriously vanished. Bond finds that his fellow agent is being held captive by local baddie Iqbal.
Yo, you think this
Although
shit's
having defeated
canon?
Iqbal in a tense battle, it turns out 008 is, quote, too weak to go on, and so Bond abandons him to his fate. Guess James
Wow.
didn't want to risk getting blood on his suit by carrying his friend to a doctor. Later in the game, Bond returns to Kurdistan, but it turns out by deposing Iqbal, he only made things worse for the locals, who now suffer under the rule of brutal rebel leaders, which is more political commentary than you'd expect for a game with only about 10 pixels. One such new leader is Saddam, and as Bond picks his way through the wreckage, you can see the charred remains of the...
There's a Game Boy game about killing Saddam? Where the fuck have I been?
When you
This is the most American video game I've ever
finally track him down, Saddam is revealed to be a walking tank who's quick to anger and even quicker to rip his shirt off. This despite the fact that one shot from any weapon will end the fight, and have Saddam begging for mercy.
Bitch! Oh, y'all talking that
now
shit.
We feel bad. Although, hey, things are looking up. Turns out the rotting corpse of 008 has one of Q's inventions still on it. Best spy ever.
Well, there you go. That was pretty hardcore. Yeah, this was fun. This was fun as fuck. The Batman games really were a fucking gym, bro.
Batman is no stranger to unhinged villains, and you'd have to be pretty unhinged to think strapping a gigantic battery to your torso and running tens of thousands of volts down your arms is a good idea. And yet, that's more or less the Electrocutioner's whole deal. Shocking. You'll encounter this high voltage villain in the bowels of a ship owned by Penguin, a ship that, like every classy cruise liner, features a fighting pit. And as rabid thugs bay for Batman's blood, it's clear that the stage has been set for a shocking showdown.
Fighting pits have always confused me because I'm just questioning why you are in the pit in the first place. How hard is it to not get into the fighting pit?
When the boss battle with the 6'2", 225-pound Electrocutioner begins, it goes like this. Yeah, having gone out for the count after taking just one hit from Batman, the world's easiest boss fight is over. Turns out the Electrocutioner should have considered some electrical defense around the jaw area, although that just sounds like a great way to get electrocuted in the face. Okay, maybe just rethink the whole deal.
Yeah. Didn't nobody think that through. Concrave? That's an anime. Also a game?
相変わらずせっかちだな。久しぶりに二人っきりになれたってのに。
Gungrave for the PlayStation 2 isn't a game that screams subtlety. Rather, it's a game that just regular screams because you've shot it full of 1,000,000 bullets.
Wow.
The game follows you, Grave, the one-time best friend of Harry McDowell, with whom you served in the Millennium organization that controls the city. Only trouble is, since then Harry has carried out a coup against your mentor Big Daddy and killed you for not helping him.
Yeah.
Now revived, you're on a quest for revenge, one that takes in plenty of surreal environments and larger-than-life bosses, but perhaps none are so weird as the one you face shortly before your confrontation with Harry, a mutated form of your old pal Big Daddy that Harry has cooked up for reasons best known only to himself.
Hell yeah!
Yep, boss fights don't get freakier than this. Wait, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's okay. That's a lot happening here. That's a face with a mouth in the head?
Having battled first Big Daddy and then this head thing, you'll be well and truly pumped for the final confrontation with Harry, especially now that you know he's keen on mutating things. Which is why it's a bit weird that the long-awaited showdown involves Harry not moving or saying anything beyond asking you politely to shoot him. Which, I mean, it must be a trap, right? That's this guy's whole deal. Alright, Harry, we'll bite. Let's get to the real boss fight.
There's no second part. What?
Oh.
Oh, that's disappointing. They saved me a whole bunch of disappointment there. That's... What the
As anyone who's ever been fishing can tell you, the fish is the natural enemy of the earthworm. Well, fish, birds, moles, people who aren't looking when they're digging holes, direct sunlight. The point is, earthworms are fragile, so when we discovered that there was a boss in Earthworm Jim called Bob the Killer Goldfish, our guard was already up. Then there's the fact that Bob resides in a labyrinthine underwater lair, patrolled by his minions, huge hulking cats who are invulnerable and will clobber Jim senseless if he gets anywhere near them.
Alright. Oh. GG, bro.
Bob clearly has his shit together, is what we're saying. So after a long, arduous trek to his control room, full of cat beatings, giant hamster rides, and the terrifying prospect of our submarine's glass cracking and us drowning...
God, damn.
That noise still gets me to this day. After all that, we were ready for an epic showdown with this marine mastermind.
Jesus.
That's when we remembered that while fish might eat earthworms, we're in a super suit and he's in a glass bowl on a precarious pedestal.
Bro, you are shitting me. That's
So
it.
long, fish idiot.
And we out.
Clearly incensed by his defeat in the first game,
We
Bob
out.
returned in Earthworm Jim 2 vowing revenge. But his plan failed in one crucial way, failing to
You're
arm himself
kidding me.
or get a super suit of his own or do anything differently.
Fight!
This nigga said fight. He's gonna tip his bowl over, bro. Oh.
Bad luck, Bob. Man, the only thing that could make this victory any sweeter is if I were congratulated by some talking cows.
Well done.
Earthworm Jim was weird,
Nice.
you guys.
But I was hasty.
Nice.
I let the bloodline flourish. And you have flourished. But this time is different. The last of the heroic blood will flow out onto this hilltop.
That's
Just
intense.
as it now spatters the walls of your family home.
Hey, man. Hey, that's... You could at least mopped up
It's
after.
always a big
What
moment
the
when you
fuck?
finally come up against an enemy you've had for a long time. And in Fable 2, you had one big enemy for years, Lord Lucian. As a child, you had a happy life, minding your own business, until a magical music box made
Minding
you caught
your
the
own.
attention of the Lord in Castle Fairfax.
What do you want?
I
What
work
you
for
want?
Lord Lucian, miss, and he would very much like to see you in his castle.
However, while at first you and your sister were excited about maybe living there with him, instead he tests you both, sees you as a threat to his future plans, and, well...
Well. Alright.
I can't allow you to live either.
Bitch!
I'm sorry.
God damn! You airborne, nigga! Nigga! Oh,
Ouch!
shit!
Painful in many senses of the word, and something that sets off your adventure to get back at him. You go through a lot to get to this guy, so when you finally find Lucian, only to be trapped and have him kill your dog and try to kill you again,
No.
it's a bit
Ah.
irritating. Fortunately for you, that music box
My
is the
tummy.
means to finish him off, and you have the power to use it against him.
Your rewards are the opportunity to confront your enemy, and the means to destroy him.
Although initially impressed by your ability to just not die, his tune changes when you start to play yours.
What are you doing?
And the music box leaves him so weak that a single gunshot is enough to topple him off the top of the spire and kill him.
In the hand. This nigga shot him in
Well,
the
that was
hand.
anticlimactic.
Alright. The last one is from the Incredible Hulk game, which I have never played. And I don't think I'm going to go through the gameplay of. Do you guys really want to see the Hulk as the last one? You do? Okay, we'll do it. Alright, we'll do it. We're fine, we'll do it. This is not the kind of game I want to play.
The Hulk is famous for being many
It's
things.
a side-scroller.
A fan of elasticated
The
waistbands.
animation's
And
weird.
the proud owner of truly sick delts. But what Bruce Banner's angry alter ego is definitely most famous for is being stronger than 20 oxes, none of whom ever skips leg
He
day.
just
So it
fucking
would make sense that
raped
if you
that
wanted to
man.
stop the Hulk finding you and pummeling you into a smooth
Bow.
paste, you'd put your toughest
Bow.
baddies between him and you. And that's exactly what super smart Marvel villain The Leader has done in The Incredible Hulk for the Super NES. And
Bow.
so, as the green-skinned Hulk smashes his way towards his enemy, the crafty Leader makes sure he
Bow.
encounters terrible and tough boss
Hulk
fights,
smash.
including Rhino,
Deadass the whole game.
Tyrannus, and this huge brain for some reason.
It's what the Hulk lacks, right? It's
So after
the
all that, you'd
brain
expect
that
the
works.
final showdown with the leader
Nah.
himself to be the most
I know he's
grueling
got a
challenge of all.
scientist in there
He might take
somewhere,
the
but
fight
not
to include his
currently.
army of invulnerable humanoids, or perhaps the leader's fortress turning into a superweapon. But you probably wouldn't expect this. What's more, you don't even have to be the Hulk to defeat the leader, who it turns out has a super secret weakness to being shot with a gun. So those are some of the villains in games who went down
That's
like a
pretty
sack
good.
of spuds when we just...
Hey, that's actually pretty good. That was actually worth it. It's worth it because you could not be the Hulk and still be just as effective. Okay, so tomorrow and the next day, we're doing Pokemon videos. Okay, we're doing the creepy Pokemon videos we're doing, and we're doing the boring Pokemon videos. All right, the day after that, we're doing the AOK video. What's that guy's name? Caillou the adult. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys around. Peace, bro.